Want to speak real Turkish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at turkishclass101.com.
Hey guys, I'm Seda. Merhaba, ben Seda. Welcome to turkishclass101.com. Today we'll talk about top 10 Turkish dishes that you should try. Top 10 Turkish dishes. It's hard to say. This was a hard pick because Turkish cuisine is really rich, and actually when you talk about the different food, it's really hard because it's up to which region you are talking about. If you go to for example, the eastern part, southern part, the dishes over there are more influenced. It's more like a mixture of Syrian, Iranian, Arabic, and the Kurdish, Turkish. It's all a mix over there. If you go to the northern part, it's again different. The southern part is different. If you go to the Aegean side, it's more like Greek food, and we have similar name with the Greek culture, the Arabic culture. So it's kind of a huge mix, and Ottoman Empire had a really wide range of kitchen cuisine culture. So if you're into those kind of things, I suggest you search for it, learn more about it. But today we'll just talk about 10 dishes. So this was a hard pick, but the first one should be kebab. Kebab, actually, it's a generic name for a lot of dishes. Kebab is the meat, of course, the red meat, diced red meat. It's not like the important thing with the kebab that you dice the meat with hands, not with the dicing machine. I don't know what's that called, but you dice really thin, and you add stuff. And it's actually, we have a lot of different kebabs. We have patlıcan kebab, we have Urfa, we have Adana. Actually, the Adana and Urfa, they are I think the simplest kebabs with the meat. It can be in dürüm, the wrap one. But other than that, you can add some salads next to it, but it's a basic kebab. But the difference is the Adana kebab is the hot, the spicy one, and Urfa kebab is the plain one. So if you go to a restaurant, if you say Adana, then you'll be getting the spicy, very hot one. So be careful about it. We have Iskender kebab, that's also special, and it's from Bursa region. Iskender kebab is on like a sliced bread, not regular bread, but like pita bread, pide we call it, and you put the kebab, the döner on top of it, and you put some yogurt, you put some tomato sauce, and you put some melted butter. It's so delicious. I really like it. It's more like döner than kebab, but it's called Iskender kebab. So we have, of course, a lot of different kebabs. You should try them all. Like if you eat meat, you should try them all in their own region, actually. Okay, so the first one was kebab. The second one is, let me check, lahmacun. Lahmacun is like this thin, it's like Turkish pizza. Actually, I think it's called Turkish pizza. It's round and it's very thin. It's not like pizza at all, because like it's when you think about it, it's like 4 pizza. You can put 4 lahmacun on top of each other, and it's that thin. It's not like pizza. It's a very thin dough. On top of it, it's a mixture of red meat, diced red meat, tomato sauce, some onions and some herbs, and they mix it, they put it in, and they put it in the not like the oven, but the with the special places they put the lahmacun in, and you eat it. And generally, you don't eat it with like knives and forks. The way I eat, I put some parsley. They generally bring some parsley, salad, and tomatoes with it. You put stuff in it. I just like to add parsley, you add it in the middle of the lahmacun and then you roll it. And you make it like a wrapped sandwich and you eat it like that. Generally you drink ayran, yogurt drink, or shalgam, some kind of fermented carrot drink with it. It's again great. You should try it. You couldn't go wrong with it. And let's go and check the third one. Oh my god, this is also great. I think I'm hungry now. This is Yaprak Sarma. It's stuffed or rolled grape leaves. Yes, grape leaves. We pick grape leaves, the fresh ones, the thin ones, not the very veiny or thick ones, because they don't taste that good, but the fresh grape leaves, and we boil them, and we put some things in it, and we just roll it like that, and we cook it. Then it's really delicious. It can be with meat, with diced red meat, or it can be with just some rice and other kinds of herbs. If it's with rice and olive oil, then you eat it cold like a appetizer. If it's with meat, you eat it with when you eat it heated, and generally you eat it with yogurt. So that's it. And let's check the other one. Okay, the fourth is Musaka. I think this is the same word in Greek, Musaka. They call it Musaka. It's again a generic name. It's like kebab, or it's like dolma. Musaka is a dish when you do it with onion and diced meat. You just if you do it with for example potato, then it's patates musakkası. If you do it with eggplant, it's patlıcan musakka. Or if you do it with zucchini, it's kabak musakka. So this is a very home cooked meal, but you can eat it in restaurants as well. Especially there are restaurants that you can go and eat homemade dishes. So musakka is one of them, and I really like musakka. I really love cooking musakka. You just, stir some onion, add some red meat in it, add some herbs, and add your vegetables, and very delicious. Okay, the fifth one is mantı. And mantı is, I don't know if you know it, but it's normally people do it themselves, some people, but it takes some time to do it. So you can get it, from the stores, or you can go someplace and eat it as well. Traditional homes, they generally do it themselves. It's kind of a ravioli dish with meat in it. I think everything in Turkish, no, not everything, but a lot of things has meat in it. They make a big dough and they cut it really small, and the smaller the mantı, the better it is. And inside of that square-shaped, something like that, square-shaped little dough, you put some meat, and not just meat, but with the onions, garlic, and tomato sauce. I don't know what they exactly put in it, and you make it like some kind of pocket. Ravioli look like ravioli, and you make them ready. Then you boil them, and after you boil them, you put some yogurt on it. You put some red pepper, and with the oil. And it's sometimes you make a tomato sauce and you put on it, and you add some mint. Then you eat it. It's great. I really love mantı. I think I love all these dishes. Okay, the next one is börek. Börek. The sixth one is börek. This is also a generic food, because you can make different kinds of böreks. Börek is some kind of pastry. Either you can make it on a big, I don't know, something really big that you put in the oven, and then after it's cooked you cut it and eat it in slices, or you can just make it like really thin, something like dolma. You cut it in a triangle, you put stuff in it, you roll it, and then you fry it, and you can eat it like that. It can be with vegetables, something like spinach. It can be with cheese. It can be with meat. We have so many different kind of berets everywhere. And if you go somewhere, and if they even we eat it in during breakfast. If you go and have a breakfast, the traditional Turkish breakfast, they will bring you some kind of Turkish börek with the we call it sigara böreği. It's like cigarette pastry. I don't know why we call it cigarette, but I think it's because it's look like a rolled and kind of cigarette. I don't know. So börek is also very Turkish. And the next one, it's a dessert, baklava. I don't know if you heard it, but I can't make it. It's hard to make it yourself. But it's a like really thin layer of dough, but a special dough for baklava. And you put those, and you put some syrup on it, and you put some. I especially like it with pistachio. But there are a lot of different kinds. There is plain walnut with walnuts, and I don't know, a lot of things they can put it in it. But after they do it, I don't know how exactly they do it, but it's very crunchy. If it's especially if it's freshly baked, it's like really thin, really crunchy, and amazing. You should absolutely try a good baklava. Ask a Turkish person where to eat a good baklava, not an old like very syrupy, very sweet ones, but the fresh, the cooked, perfect baklava, and eat it. Okay? I don't care if you think you like it or not, but I'm sure you like it, so try it. So the next one is meze. I chose meze because it's not a dish, but it's like a concept of appetizers. Especially in Asian areas, we have mezes for like if you are, for example, eating meat, or if you are gonna eat fish. Especially if you are drinking rakı, it's again a Turkish alcoholic drink. You would have different kinds of mezes. Generally, these are all cold. Some of them are the ocean-based and cooked. Some of the mezes are, for example, börek can be a meze, but most of them are olive oiled, cold dishes, and these are. We have a lot of things common with Greek mezes, I think. For example, we have a lot of yogurty mezes with, like, we call it haydari. We have patlıcan salatası, like salad, eggplant salad. We have different kinds of mezes. If you go to a restaurant and if you are having a nice dinner, you should pick some of the mezes and try. I'm sure you'll like them. And the next one is çiğ köfte. It's actually çiğ köfte. This is raw. Çiğ means raw, köfte means meatball, and this could be a different video by itself. The köftes of Turkish köftes, Turkish meatballs. We have so many different meatballs, and they are all cooked and prepared differently. This çiğ köfte, it is actually raw. You don't cook it, the meat, but they do it with spices. They cook the meat, they cook the red meat with spices. They do this for hours, and I don't know if it's for hours. I didn't make it myself, but they do it with herbs and with onions. Especially, they use a lot of spicy hot pepper to cook the meat. So the meat will be cooked and will be ready for to be eaten. And generally you put it in a green salad. You squeeze some lemon on it, then you eat it like that. But sometimes they bring some kind of pita bread with it, but generally you should eat it with greens. Okay, now the last one is menemen. Menemen is like a lifesaver. Even if you don't know anything how to cook, everybody I think can make a menemen in Turkey, and it's so delicious. You can't believe it. It's an egg actually. It's a tomato sauce scrambled egg, and there's a debate in Turkey that if menemen should be with onions, without onions. Some people say it can't be a menemen without onions. Some people say no, it won't be a menemen with onions. But I love them both, so for me it's okay, no big deal. But normally you dice some tomatoes, you dice some peppers, green peppers. If you like hot peppers, you dice some hot peppers. If you like, you dice some onions, you cook them, and you just break some eggs, mix it, then grab some freshly baked bread from somewhere and you just dip it and eat it like that. This is normally for breakfast, but you can eat it anytime. It's so easy. In 10 minutes it will be ready and it will be delicious. So that's it. These were the 10 dishes that you would like, you should try. And please leave some comments below that if you tried one of these, if you like them, or which food would you like to try in future if you come and visit Turkey. Thank you very much. I will see you later. Bye.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.